In this video we are going to talk about top 10 strangest cars ever made. So before starting this video, like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for future updates. At any point spot a strange looking vehicle out and about? Or on the other hand, maybe you are the glad proprietor of a more custom tailored sort of vehicle than the standard common models? Whether you're the driver or a lucky eyewitness, spotting strange vehicles driving by can make us grin and light up our days. Go along with us on an excursion as we scour the globe to find the best 10 most odd-looking vehicles ever, looking and marvel at the fantastical plan ideas that have really made it onto the street. Number 10. Peel P50. The Peel P50 is a world record breaker. It is recorded in the 2010 Guinness Book of World Records as the littlest creation vehicle made. This three-wheeled miniature vehicle was initially produced by the Peel Engineering Company on the Isle of Man for just 3 years, from 1962 to 1965. It was publicized just like the ideal size to fit one grown-up and one shopping sack. No space for the children in this little vehicle. It just has one entryway, which is on the left-hand side, and one front light. Going in reverse in the Peel P50 was not a simple choice, as the vehicle has no converse stuff and should be moved in reverse, genuinely utilizing a handle at the vehicle's back. Just 50 of these uncommon little vehicles were initially fabricated, and simply 27 are known to in any case be in presence. In March 2016, one sold at a closeout for a record $176,000. The starkness long periods of the 1940s and mid-1950s saw various European producers start fabricating little practical runabouts or microcars. Popular models incorporate those from Heinkel, Isetta, frequently alluded to as bubble cars, and Messerschmitt. The Suez Crisis of 1956 and the subsequent danger to oil supplies likewise added to the prevalence of microcars. Number 9. A Ferrari 512S Modulo. Relatively few individuals could earn anything mishap sound like a cut-cost crash. However, at that point very few individuals resemble Jim Glickenhaus. Nearly when the words leave his mouth, he's off, exhaust smoke darkening the silvery white tail of his extra earthbound wedge as we attempt to keep up, photographic artist Mark shooting boldly through the traveler window. Jim has different things to stress over than our photos, as not crushing up his new toy on its first venture. Since other than a go around the block and an outing across the Pebble Beach Concours yard, this is the initial time he's brought it into the wild since he got it quite a while back. It's whenever anybody first has driven it appropriately since it was made, way back in 1970. From the outset, you would be excused for imagining that the Ferrari 512S Modulo seems to be a spaceship than a vehicle. With a very low, wedge-molded body, this surprising-looking vehicle has a shade-style glass rooftop which slides forward to empower the driver to enter the lodge of the vehicle. The Ferrari 512S Modulo was an idea sports vehicle, first uncovered at the 1970 Geneva Motor Show. Each of the four of the vehicle's wheels are somewhat covered, adding to the deception that it is a drifting spaceship as opposed to a vehicle. Number 8. General Motors Firebird. The General Motors Firebird contains a group of 4 of model vehicles that General Motors, GM, designed for the 1953, 1956, and 1959 Motorama car exhibitions. The vehicle's architects, headed by Harley Earl, took Earl's motivation from the advancements in Warrior airplane plan at that point. General Motors never planned the vehicles for creation, yet rather to exhibit the limits in innovation and plan that the organization had the option to accomplish. The vehicles as of late joined the presentation at the Henry Ford Museum in Dearborn, Michigan, regardless make normal vehicle show appearances. The custom of offering model vehicles went on with the Pontiac Banshee series. Enlivened by Contender airplane plan, the General Motors Firebird vehicles were models, disclosed in the 1953, 1956, and 1959 Motorama car exhibitions. They absolutely need to win an honor for their cool name, Firebirds. However, these vehicles owe more to their plan to fly planes than to birds. Smooth and smoothed out, there were 4 Firebirds planned and worked throughout the long term. Number 7. Norman Timbs Special. A notable American vehicle plan, the Norman Timbs Special was planned, as its name recommends, by a Los Angeles-based mechanical auto engineer called Norman Timbs. Norman was a compelling specialist working with Tucker vehicles in the 1940s. Its exotic and smooth hand-framed aluminum body includes an extraordinary two-piece development that permits the tail segment to open behind the cockpit. With the tail segment up, the fuel tank, spare tire, motor and other mechanical parts can be handily gotten to. The hand-constructed aluminum body shows a genuine fashioner's eye for shape and structure. In 1948, the 17.5 Timbs Special was so extraordinary in its development and plan that it was highlighted in Motor Trend as well as Popular Mechanics December 1949. Number 6. DMC DeLorean. Well known for its appearance as a time machine in the Back to the Future movies, the DMC DeLorean is without a doubt a genuine vehicle. This smooth games vehicle was initially produced by the DeLorean Motor Company somewhere in the range of 1981 and 1983. The vehicle stood apart from others available because of its gull-wing entryways, which opened upwards and outwards, rather than the same way as an ordinary vehicle entryway. While this component looks cool, it wouldn't be especially down to earth while getting into a little space in a grocery store vehicle leave. Sadly, the vehicle didn't satisfy its fantastic looks and steep sticker price, with dissatisfaction being felt over its absence of force and execution. Creation was stopped in mid-1983. In 2007, there were believed to be around 6,500 DeLoreans still in presence. DeLoreans can arrive at a speed of up to 150 miles per hour, in spite of the fact that who realizes what could happen once they hit 88 miles per hour? One DeLorean proprietor, in 2016, really got captured for speeding while going at 88 miles per hour in his vehicle. Number 5. Fiat Multipla. The Fiat Multipla, Type 186, is a surprising-looking vehicle that is moderately normal on UK streets. The Multipla seems to have a bizarrely wide windscreen. Inside it has 2 columns of 3 seats, rather than the more normal configuration of having just 2 seats at the front. Inside the Multipla there is adequate space for all the family, with the 3 side-by-side seating considering change of the front seats and expulsion or movement of the back seats into various configurations. There is likewise abundant space for gear, making this an ideal vehicle for vacations. Nonetheless, the feel of the Multipla have not ended up being well known with drivers. The plan of the Multipla has been shown at the Museum of Modern Art in New York, during a presentation named Various Streets Vehicles for the Following 100 Years in 1999. It has likewise won the Top Gear honors of Car of the Year 2000 and Ugliest Car. After 18 years, the Multipla has still not charmed itself to drivers with its weird appearance, being named by the Sunday Times on a rundown of the ugliest vehicles in 2018. Number 4. Stout Scarab. The 1936 Stout Scarab happened in the mid-1930s when William B. Bold, top of the Stout Engineering Laboratories in Dearborn, Michigan, longed for back motor/back tire drive. At the point when we at long last unfasten old Dobbin from the vehicle, he wrote in Scientific American, the driver will have endlessly better vision from all points. The car will be lighter and more effective but more secure, the ride will be simpler, and the body will be more ample without forfeiting mobility. The Stout Scarab was the world's most memorable minivan. It was imagined by its planner, William Bushnell Stout, just like an office on wheels. Delivered in 1932, the Scarab had a short nose and a long wheelbase to boost open space. The Scarab's body was planned to copy the plan of an aluminum airplane fuselage intently. It was the world's most memorable vehicle with a fiberglass body shell and air suspension. At the hour of its creation, the Stout Scarab was viewed as a monstrous vehicle. Nonetheless, it is presently regarded as an Art Deco symbol. Something like 12 of these odd vehicles were made, and it is felt that there are just 5 enduring Scarabs today. Number 3. 1948 Tasco. This unusual vehicle appears as though it has feet as opposed to wheels. The 1948 Tasco was a post-World War II American Games vehicle, planned by Gordon Bierich. It highlighted plane roused controls and was the principal vehicle on the planet to have a T-top rooftop. At the point when GM utilized a similar plan on the 1968 Corvette, Bierich sued them as he possessed the patent for this. The name Tasco represents the American sports car company. The bizarre-looking wheel covers should give assurance to the wheels from the breeze, lessening drag and speeding up. The model Tasco had an eye-watering cost, heightening to an immense $57,000. This implied that this vehicle never really made it onto the creation line eventually. Number 2. 1955 Chrysler Ghia Streamline X Gilda. During the 1950s, Chrysler was attempting to get away from their standing for building square-shaped vehicles. Because of this, the planner of this vehicle appears to have acquired motivation from a weird sort of spaceship. It was worked in line with Chrysler leader. It appeared at the Salone di Torino in 1955, and later visited around Europe and the US. The vehicle's moniker Gilda come from Rita Hayworth's presentation in the 1946 film noir exemplary Gilda. Tremendous tail blades start at the front of the vehicle, with its curiously little cockpit put in a forward position. The body of the vehicle has a two-tone paint plot with a hazier underside. Number 1. Reliant Robin. Most vehicles have 4 wheels. The Reliant Robin resists this pattern, having just 3 wheels, 2 at the back and 1 at the front. This vehicle was the second most famous fiberglass vehicle ever, and Reliant was the second greatest UK-possessed vehicle producer for a while. The Reliant Motor Company in Tamworth, England, created the Reliant Robin north of a 30-year time span, offering a few unique forms. First fabricated in 1973, the one Malawian Quacha Robin was generally welcomed on account of its great plan and reasonable sticker price. In 2000, the last Reliant Robin was created and was offered by the Sun paper in a Valentine's Day contest in 2001. Dependent three-wheelers are in many cases the victim of jokes in British culture, and the Reliant Robin has even been tenderly nicknamed the plastic pig on account of its unmistakable shape. The most popular Reliant vehicle is presumably the famous minimal yellow van utilized by Delvoye Trotter in Only Fools and Horses. What do you think about this video? Do let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.